following in the footsteps of my older brother. Struggle of my life. So if you don't know the Shelton family, quick rundown. I'm the smart one. Andrew is the fun one. And Betsy is the successful one. Now, exactly who's smart, successful, and fun is up for debate. But the one that is not up for debate is Richard's moniker, which is the adventurous one. And I think that we can all say that Richard, by far, is the adventurer. He doesn't travel, he explores. Forgotten rivers, lost caves, oceans. I don't think Richard ever met a mountain he didn't want to climb. And so when you have a soul like that, it's just fun to watch, honestly. Sometimes it's like, this is Richard's adventure, and we're all just kind of like spectators to it. I remember one Christmas, he went to Argentina, and they're like, "Oh, Peter, have you seen Richard?" I'm like, "No, it's been a hot minute. He's in Argentina." "Oh, well, where in Argentina?" "Not sure." "When was the last time you talked from him?" 2 months ago." And then he applied to grad school in 2 places, and the only thing they had in common is that they were both in Australia, which Richard had never been to. So, the poet Stephen Benet talks about men who chase the wilderness stone. And then there's another gentleman who talks about men. They range the field, and they rave the flood, and they climb the mountain's crest. Theirs is the curse of the gypsy blood, and they don't know how to rest. And when I think about that, I think that's only half of Richard. And a lot of people outside looking in may think that this crazy adventurous spirit is all there is to Richard. But those of us who know him best also know that he has endless capacity for empathy, this meticulous detail to attention when it comes to caring for others. He's one of the most loyal adventurers that I've ever met. But after 1,000 miles and a lot of lonely roads, a couple years ago I had a conversation with my dad, and I was like, "You know, Dad, I think Betsy and Paul are getting serious." And he's like, "Yeah, they'll figure it out." "What about Taylor and Andrew?" "They'll figure it out." "And Peter, you'll figure it out too." "Well, what about Richard?" And Dad said, and this was before Risha existed, he said, "She will be extraordinary. She will be extraordinary." Watching Richard and Risha fall in love was like watching the moon pulled from orbit. It was this seismic, tectonic, burning romance that I have never seen before. And I talked to Richard that evening after the legendary snowboard date. First of all, who does their first date on a snowboard? And he comes in, he's exhausted, he had to drive up there and back, he sits down, he's like, "She beat me down the mountain." Because, you know, this is a very competitive family. I was like, no one beats Richard down the mountain except for Andrew. And so watching them fall in love was just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun. It really took a lot of Richard's best qualities that had, frankly, been untapped, completely untouched in a lot of ways, because he is the most hopeless romantic I've ever met. And I don't think a lot of people knew that. I don't think a lot of people knew that until Risha came along. I don't think the true potential of romance that Richard was capable of really shined through until Risha. So, Risha, we are so happy to have you as part of this family. And because you take all of Richard's most wonderful qualities, and you just bring him out and let him shine. So, ladies and gentlemen, please grab your glasses. So, here's the toast. To warm days that build us, to dark nights that test us, to bright stars to steer by, smooth winds to sail by, An ocean to roam, a place to call home, but a good crew can carry us there. Ladies and gentlemen, from now forever, may your path be with fair winds and following seas. To fair winds and following seas.
Andy, give me here. Thank you. Y'all did a